And welcome to another Unexplained Cases medium. Hope everyone is having an awesome Sunday. And welcome. We always hope. Unexplained Cases medium. My goodness, Maryam, how are you? Everyone is having
good.
Awesome
Do you hear that? I have
we always hope. So well, I know why that's going on. So let's get that out of the way. Okay.
Oh, good.
So look
Okay,
at that.
hi.
I like easy stuff. Easy stuff to take
Thank
care of is always
God.
great.
No kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, that problem out of the way. So the only other problem we may have today is I'm on dog duty.
No problems. I don't want to hear about any problems. We don't do problems.
It's not technical, so it's completely out of your control. So you'll enjoy that. It'll be completely on me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm on dog duty. So for those of you that don't know, Daisy is blind and deaf. We've had her for about 13 years, and she's just a little terror. She likes to be up in everyone's business. So if the camera starts to move around or the lights, or she grabs the tarot cards, for some reason, she always goes for my cards on the show days. Like, she knows. Obviously she's really smart. So anyway, if you hear barking or interruptions, like, this is what life is like when I don't have Bruce around. Because normally Bruce is in the other room. We close the bedroom door so they can act crazy out there. But we have to like put chairs against the door, cushions, or else Oliver will cry the whole time, which he still will, but you can't hear him. So I'm leaving the door open so they can roam the house. They have nothing to be upset over. There's no reason for them to cry. There's no reason to bark. There's no reason to do anything, but they still will.
Okay, so now everyone's prepped. So in case you're just wondering, there's a little extra layer of that. But wanted to welcome Kimbo Slice, and we also have our special case that's actually waiting in the green room, as we like to call it, Natasha. So we'll be talking with Natasha in a little bit. Kathy, Sharon, Autumn, Sarah. Hello from Minnesota. Well, hello to you too. Who else we got here? I think that's all. Vicky. I think that's all of everyone who said hello so far. So everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. And we'll get on to our next slice of a business.
Okay, so we are going to start with our mini breathwork meditation. I do this because I really want to stress the importance of a daily meditation practice. This morning I got up early and had to walk the dogs before it got really hot. And so I just was like, I got to go out there and do this before I meditate. And I went out into the world before doing my daily practice, and man, was that a mistake. We just perceive the world different. We short-tempered, get frustrated easily, and complete lack of faith and trust. And so if you notice one day the difference in your life when on the days that you do have a meditation practice and on the days that you don't, it's pretty significant. So this breath work we're going to do now is simply so that you can get clear, grounded, find that intuition, pick the card that's best for you, and then send me the information that you need to know. So let's close our eyes. I want you just to notice your breath. Just notice the pace of your breath right now. Without judgment. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Just notice. And now I want you to consciously lengthen the inhale and consciously lengthen the exhale. And as you do this, I want the belly to expand and pull in with each inhale and exhale. So we're not holding the belly in tight. We inhale, the belly expands. Big. We exhale, the belly pulls in. Again, deep inhale. Really lengthen that inhale and then really lengthen the exhale. Start to notice where you're holding any tension, the eyes, shoulders. Notice if you're clenching, just relax, release, breathe. The breath is where relaxation comes from. Two more deep breaths. Really lengthen that inhale. Really lengthen that exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Let your breath move at its own pace. And notice now if your pace has changed. Has your breath slowed down? Is it deeper? Just notice that for a minute. All right, let's open the eyes and pick our cards. All right. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Last time, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I want to remember which order I just did those in now. So we'll do just like this. Card 1, card 3. All right. Card 1. This is interesting, card 1, because I feel like as a whole, that our group, maybe not just card 1, but we're in a holding period where stillness is being asked of us. Well, the only problem is we're not listening and we're not honoring that. We're allowing anxiety to take over. We're allowing anxiety to be the judge. And with card 1, this holding period is important. For some of you, you were forced into this. You lost something, something changed, and you were forced into this time of stillness, which you might interpret as depression. And unfortunately, fighting it is not going to help it. It's not going to move you through it any faster. For some of you, this holding period is about to come to an end. And for some of you, how you know which one you are is, this is, for those of you where this holding period's coming to an end, this is very specific to a project, something you're working on, or work, or even getting ready to move. It seems like someone's trying to sell a house. They're going to sell their house. And so so you would know that that's you, because you're like, yeah, actually everything's supposed to wrap up for me by the end of this month or by next month. Okay. So that's you. Those of you that I talked about earlier that are going through this depression and this stillness, we're going to be there for a minute. Okay. The goal for this group that's dealing with the stillness, and I'm going to say stillness instead of depression, because I don't feel like this is a depression that is going to last forever. I don't feel like this is a depression that's going to need medication. You're going to come through this, okay? But for right now, you have got to be in this, and you have got to allow yourself to experience it. So you're going to find that very slowly you're going to start to pull yourself out. All right. It feels like around October, you're going to get this inspiration to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to pull myself out. Now, that may come a lot earlier than October. Great. Don't listen to me. Follow your intuition, right? That's key, because only you know what's right for you. So as you start to climb out of this stillness, you're going to be looking at things from above. You're going to be looking at things from a very different perspective. You're going to see things you didn't see before. You're going to respond differently. You're going to change things dramatically. For those of you that are wrapping up this project and that's going to, or this house or whatever that second group is within card 1, this is all going to wrap up. This is all going to complete itself. This is going to be, this is going to finish as you had hoped, and take you on to your next steps. I mean, I feel like this is kind of like this was kind of like the last, piece for you. So that's going to complete itself, and you're going to be starting your new chapter. Going back to those of you that are experiencing this stillness, we're going to start to see things from that bird's eye view, from this big perspective that you never saw before. You're going to look at people differently. You're going to see truth in people that you didn't realize was there. It might be a little hard to see and to accept, but it's time. It's time. And death, whether that's a physical death or it's a emotional, or it's symbolic, losing our job can be death, right? An example of death. Either way, this is going to propel you into, it's like I see you around October going, I can't believe I didn't see that before. I can't believe I didn't know that or trust that before. There's this sense of, wow, my eyes are now open, and it's very freeing. It's super freeing. So this month's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but you know what? You get through it. That's all that matters, is you get through it, and you get through it stronger. You get through it clearer. You get through it seeing things and seeing people in a way you never thought you could see. So this is a great, ultimately a really great time for you. Okay. All right. Let's move to card 2. Hang on one sec. Card 2. So I feel this for some of you. You're going to be meeting a partner, a long-term partner. For some of you, this is relationship. There's definitely some. October seems to be kind of a good month for a lot of us, right? We're going to see a lot of movement in October. I'm seeing relationship, meeting that person you've been looking for, wanting to meet. It's possible you met them already. It just hasn't solidified itself yet. Card 2 is about, God, so much change with you guys. It's like everybody's in like this holding pattern right now, but come October, we're going to see change. Most of us, it seems like each card so far. But for card 2, I see relationship, I see marriage, I see family, but there's a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a, I don't want to use the word conflict and freak you out, but it's just kind of, it's like it's great at first and everything's amazing, and then all of a sudden family gets involved, it feels like, and it just starts to go downhill, and you're like, what happened? This was like so much fun. How did this get, so convoluted and complicated so fast? I feel like there's family or friends that aren't going to agree with the relationship, or may not like you, or may not like your partner. It's just going to get kind of like messy, but it's okay. You got to work through this. You got to work through this. And it's going to, like every situation, it's going to reveal stuff about you and these people that you need to know and you need to be able to see. For those of you that are already in a relationship, already in, maybe been married for many years, this isn't about relationship for you. This is about overcoming adversity. This is about overcoming, it feels like overcoming these, not blocks, but whether it's words that you have always, um, words that have held you back, or words that others have used to hold you back. It's adversity. It's this, not good enough, not smart enough. And for some of you, I feel like you're really confident on the outside. So you're probably even saying right now, well, that's not true at all about me. But actually, you do things to compensate for that. And so if you said that in your head, this does apply to you. Okay. And I mean that in the most compassionate way, because once you realize you do carry these little insecurities, little, which are multiplying, they get bigger over time. You're going to have breakthroughs, you're going to have opportunities, things are going to look up for you, things are going to, what people don't realize is when we acknowledge what is not, what is wrong with us, or when we acknowledge our flaws or our weaknesses, it only makes us stronger. And so to be able to acknowledge that and then go, okay, what am I going to do with that? How am I going to work through that? It only makes you stronger, So, so this is a really good time. So for, part of this deck, it's marriage, you're meeting that partner you've been wanting. Watch out, there's going to be some sticky stuff there with family and friends. And then for some of you, it's this, it's either both or it's working out this, self-esteem, self-confidence, adversity that you create in your head, or that someone like a boss, it seems like, or coworker kind of instills this, you're not good enough. And it's not like they do it in a way that's super obvious. They're doing it in a way that you almost like, wait, was that a compliment or an insult? Okay, card 3. Let's do this. Card 3. See, card 3 showing me the same thing again. This limbo or stillness. Feel some of you are dealing with someone who's sick, or dealing with your own. It could be your own, but it feels more like some of you are dealing with someone who's sick, and that's been trying. That's been tough. I'm feeling some of you, I almost feel like someone's lost a child, and just still working on that, just still working through that, just still trying to find peace with that. And we don't find, at some point we find peace, but ultimately we learn how to live with it and manage it. So it's not about saying goodbye to it and forgetting this experience happened, obviously, or thinking that somehow it'll go away. It's understanding and accepting that this is something you will live with now, and that you will grow stronger, and every day won't be hard. And for those of you that are dealing with someone, it feels like there's a combination of possibly mental illness as well as disease. And I'm feeling like a caretaker position for some of you. And hang on. This caretaker position is asking you to dig deeper and learn that you can be a healer without going to medical school. That the position you're in right now is because you are a healer, and you've never acknowledged that. And you've been put in this position so that you can bring that out in you. You can learn how to be a healer without losing energy, but learning how to fill yourself with energy daily in your daily practice that you can give to others. And that your capability is powerful. There's this ability to heal with your hands, with your voice, and simply just your presence. I'm feeling like for some of you, it's just a matter of being there. Sometimes it's not about saying anything or doing anything, just your presence is incredibly healing. So working through this, again, this pile has this month of September where, yeah, September is going to be a little hard. It's going to be a little hard. And then you're going to have this opening up top of October, maybe even end of September, this opening up, this shift, this change that's going to feel like a load's been taken off. That's going to feel like, oh, I didn't even know I was wearing that backpack. Like, who took that backpack off? That's been on me forever. You're just going to have this release. And it's important to understand that sometimes these things do just happen. But in order for something to just happen, we have to be ready for it consciously. We have to be ready for it subconsciously. And so that just happening is there because you're ready for it. And you've asked for it on some level. And sometimes these things happen because we've worked hard to get us there and to create that opening. But card 3, this is all about being a healer, and finding that in you. And if you're kind of pushing back on that right now, then you especially should be looking into that talent of yours. Okay.
Awesome. Well, appreciate everyone joining in for that. And something else that, of course, comes up later on this evening, which everybody should know by now. And if you don't, where have you been? What rock have you been hiding underneath? Right. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. We have Unexplained Cases live. And always fascinating, always interesting, to say the least. And as we were mentioning earlier, we're going to be telling you what is tonight all about.
Hey everybody, Darren Dito from Unexplained Cases Live. We got a big show coming up on Sunday. We've got angels, we've got demons, and guess what? We've got pyramids. Our special guest is Amelia Bussey from Otherworldly Phenomenon. She is a parapsychologist, an author, and also paranormal investigator. She also confronts demons and connects with angels in this battle of good versus evil. Plus, Anne will travel to Egypt for a remote viewing of the Great Pyramid of Giza. We'll see you Sunday night for Unexplained Cases Live.
Thank you, Mr. Dito. So that's a whole bunch of stuff. We got angels, we got demons, we've got the paranormal, we've got the frickin' pyramids. So I mean, you know, how
it's huge.
How it's huge. It's huge. How much more grandiose can you get than that? So all of that is coming up tonight. But we've had somebody that's been waiting backstage, so we probably should get along to our next segment. Oh, it's like having a special case during this program. And so I'd like to welcome Natasha. Thanks for being patient with us and hanging out in the green room.
Not a problem.
Well, I'm going to step aside and let you all be able to discuss what's going on.
Okay, Natasha, tell us a little bit, without too much detail, tell us a little bit about what's been going on.
Okay, so it's been happening for a long time, but lately it's been more intense. Like, I wake up around the same time every night, and I have like vivid dreams that, like, I know I'm awake in them, I'm in control, they don't scare me, anything like that, but I get really frustrated because I feel like something's trying to talk to me, but I don't know what it is. And so I end up like waking myself up to kind of get away from it, if that makes sense. And then like my youngest son, who is 4, is like, has been talking about seeing his angel. Like the other day he said, "Mama, you see my angel? Isn't she pretty?" she's sparkly, mama. And then I didn't see it, but I was like, oh yeah, I see her. She's so pretty. And then, it's just been like, I don't know, it's been weird things like that. And
Okay.
yeah,
What's your son's name?
Lincoln.
Okay. So I'm going to start with you. So the dreams you're having, this is going, well, I guess it won't sound crazy for the show, but
Yeah.
you're having dreams of how do I say this? The frustrations of being in a physical body. So your higher consciousness is with the soul is for some reason struggling with living in body. And so these dreams, like, are you struggling to manage being in body?
That actually
And
makes sense.
okay, good. But you're a bit, tell me what you said again. You said you are trying to communicate or you can't. What was it?
I'm like, in my dreams, it feels like something is trying to communicate with me.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So that's clear. I mean, that's clear. That's just your higher consciousness is trying to communicate with the spirit world, with the universe, spirit, the whatever you want to refer to it as, and so there's this communication that's trying to happen and you don't know how to do it when you're stuck inside this body. And so there's a couple things. First and foremost, if you follow me, all my answer to literally everything other than a broken leg is meditation.
Yeah.
It's a daily practice. And now remembering that, like, my daily practice is an hour, but I do not sit there quietly for an hour. I'm moving, I'm doing yoga, I'm chanting, I'll do a mantra. It's a combination of things. I don't just sit still for a full hour by any means. And so chanting works the brain. Yoga obviously is releasing the body. So there's the combination. The chanting helps the soul and the higher consciousness get in the body, stay in the body, and enjoy to a certain degree being in the body. And that's going to be essential for you to be able to accept and understand that you're in this body. I would think that you have had a lot of experiences growing up that maybe you have, pushed aside as something else that has also lent itself to this. I feel like, I'm sure you have had experiences that have been uncomfortable or unusual or just something you don't understand that were, again, you just trying to understand being in body. Your son, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, especially when I'm channeling information. Tell me his name again.
Lincoln.
So your son Lincoln is simply on one hand, it's like you guys, okay, hold on. Let me get this metaphor correct. Hold on, it's coming. It's like you guys are going to the beach and Lincoln is saying, "Look at the water, Mom." And you're like, "There's no water. What are you talking about? There's no water here." And he's like, "You brought me here. Like, there's water here, and you're like, "I don't see the water." And so that being, he's seeing what you're experiencing and what you are ultimately very aware of and connected to on almost a deeper level than you're connected to your own physical body. And so it's almost as if, like, you're just walking through the universe and through spirit and through all these spirits, and Lincoln's like, "Yeah, I mean, there's an angel there and there's a dude there and someone's over there." And you're like, "What do you," and so he's just experiencing what you're what you're struggling with, what you're fighting with. He's like, and this by no means is unusual that a child is able to articulate the spirit world while in body. Children lose that because we teach them otherwise, and we push them out of that. We really work the mind. We don't continue to bring that out in these children. And so they just start working from that, one side of the brain, and then they start to lose that disconnect, which is shame on us. I'm not saying you by any means, Natasha.
Yeah.
I'm talking in general. I mean, fortunately for me, I had a mother who did not do any of that. She embraced this in me. And so I know what it feels like to be able to live a life where I am connected to spirit, but also in body. Doesn't mean I didn't struggle with being in body, and don't still. I think that's a fair experience or struggle that everybody has on some level.
Yeah.
But the understanding that if Lincoln is experiencing this, then Lincoln should be meditating with you. Lincoln should be doing yoga. Lincoln should be, doing
So
nature
this isn't
walks. Yep.
his angel then that he's seeing? This is just something that he's vibing off of me?
No. I mean, it's absolutely, if he's saying it's his angel, it's his angel.
Yeah. Okay.
To kind of go back to that statement, vibing off of you, spirit is, again, let me go to the ocean statement. Like if you were standing in front of the ocean, you wouldn't say, well, that part of the ocean's mine. That's my vibe and that's yours. No, spirit is spirit, so that's why when we do like remote viewings, if I say, hey, come along with me, we're all experiencing the same remote viewing, because it's the spirit world. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's all of ours, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So he's experiencing his, and why not? He's young. His angel's been following him around this long, and I feel like that's also been presenting itself so that you to trigger this in you, to trigger this conversation, to open you up and go, oh, maybe it's not him, it's me. Not there's anything wrong with you. There's just, he's connected, he gets it, and it's not scary. So what is our struggle? Well, our struggle is you're a lot older than him. So you've had many years of repressing that ability. And so that's where that struggle in the body is coming from, and that desire to communicate, so what would be great is doing, like when you go to sleep. And this is another thing I want to stress about meditation. You can do it lying down, you can do it sitting up in a chair, whatever you're comfortable with. There's no rules. So for you specifically, Natasha, I would definitely do breath work before you go to bed. So lay in bed, get in bed, have everyone asleep, and then you put something on that can either loop or just turn off when it's done, that walks you through specifically breath work. I'm sure there's a billion of those things online that you could download. But what you want to do is find the breath, connect the breath to the soul, to the body, to the higher consciousness, so that it's one. And that sense of just kind of slipping into the body and breathing through it should eventually open up these dreams to where it's like, oh, I mean, not only open up your dreams, but it'll open up your day-to-day as well. But it will definitely push through this, because you definitely want to see this as something that you should work through, that shouldn't stick around, that struggle.
No, I definitely want to.
Yeah. So, and that's, it's 100% doable. It's just, it's just doing the work, and doing the work is, the hard part for people to commit to that. I'm just looking at your house and your son one more time, just to make sure there's nothing going on. What's your dog's name?
Luna.
I mean, I'll always be distracted by animals, but I also just wanted to look at her. Hold on.
It's all good. I'm the same way.
She's so Luna's like, she's she's funny, because she's like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is. This woman's freaking out over this. Her son's seeing stuff that I don't see. She doesn't see your son's angel. She's like, she's just trying to make sense of all the crazy, like, it's like she's trying to sort through all of the spirits wandering through, and then the human struggles, and she's just like, I don't get, like, this house is crazy, I don't get it. She's not affected by it in a bad way. She's just like, people, like, she's just kind of sarcastic, where she's like, people need to chill, like, everyone.
That's totally her personality.
Is it really? That's
Oh
funny.
yeah,
She's
like
funny.
she's super dopey, but she's like really cheeky, but like kind of like sassy too. Like that's her personality.
She was. Um, okay, so obviously clearing and cleansing the house. We always go to sage, which is good. But I can email you some, just I'll email you some stuff in case there's something
Awesome.
specific for you to do. But let me just get one last look at Lincoln, and then yeah, he's I just continue to encourage this in him.
Okay.
Continue to help him realize that there is he's a seer, obviously. So, you know, I was just talking to my husband the other day and I was like, God, I have like such compassion for people that see things because I didn't see things regularly. And there's people that, like my niece, she sees all the time. And Lincoln, he sees, and so it's going to be really important that they learn how to manage it. They learn the difference between what they're seeing and what's in human form. And just managing it. That's it. And managing it for a young boy. They keep saying like walks in nature, connecting him with animals, connecting him with insects, connecting him with how to take care of the earth. He has the potential to be a very sensitive, healing child if allowed to go the way he wants to go.
Yeah,
That will be key.
that's cool. Leo, actually, my cat, just as soon as you said that, connecting with animals, he jumped up, came out from under the couch and jumped up, and he's like, meow. I'm like, oh, hey, buddy.
I heard him. I saw his little face sitting on the table. I'll see really quick if he has any issue with all the crazy going on. It's not really crazy, actually.
I feel like he kind of is like, I don't know why, but I feel like he kind of helps me like almost not keep spirits away, but like almost like kind of like is like, hey, give her space. Like if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that I had a cat that did exactly. That's yeah. I mean, the pets. That's a lot for a lot of pets. That's their job. That's their role. That's the way in your life. So absolutely, especially if you're already feeling that and seeing that, 100%. That's what's going on. Cats in particular are very good gatekeepers of spirit. It's so funny because I have our one cat Louis just passed, who was a phenomenal gatekeeper. He just was like didn't care about anything. But Lily has brain damage, so she's bad at it, and my two dogs here are terrible at it. And so it's like this the other night there was this spirit wandering through, and I'm like, can anyone help me here? Like I have all the animals are either freaking out from it or just sound asleep. Whereas I used to have a cat who was just like yours, who was a gatekeeper, and it was like, okay, you got this, great. So absolutely, what's her name? His name?
Leo.
Leo, Leo. Okay. Absolutely. That's what Leo's doing. Let Leo do his job. It's a beautiful thing. You have a great little house. So enjoy, just be open to it and see how it all plays out. And I'll email you some info.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Natasha, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome. So for anyone else, if you happen to have a case similar to that, you have a question and you're willing to be able to go on the program, then maryamlive at unexplainedcases.com. That is the email address to check out. All right, it's time for that segment that I know some folks have been waiting for. So I'll put up our first question.
Did you see Autumn?
Did I see Autumn? Let's see. Actually, I
know Carrie said she'd be here. Did you see? Just looking up for Autumn Casati, if I'm saying that right. Kathy Thorberg.
I did a quick search, and I'm at that point where I can't actually move any further.
Okay. Should we have them send another chat real quick if they're out there?
They could, if I could look on another source, then I could verify. So maybe the simplest thing to do right now is, since I don't have verification, we'll just go to this.
That's first. Okay. Let me start with Carrie, because I know Carrie said she'd be here.
Okay.
Oh, so Carrie here says she was from last week. I needed some more information. She was asking about her Hold on one sec. We're just gonna. Carrie, my dad's name is James. Does he know I was with him in the hospital? So I'm just gonna look at James really quick. I got his picture here. Oh wow, he was aware of a lot actually when he was in the hospital. He was very aware of everything going on around him. It was almost like he was like awake, but his body was gone. Like his it's like his physical body was gone, but his soul was still in the body and was still hearing and experiencing as if from a human perspective what was going on. He was fully aware of yes, absolutely. He was a part of the reason for that was his deep love for you all. Just deep. And he's still there. He's very much still around, man. He is really close. Absolutely. So to answer your question, yes, a very, very clear yes. Okay. Next, hold on. Okay. I'm going to do Kasadi because I'm pretty sure she's there because she emailed me this morning. Kasadi is asking about her grandfather and her grandmother, if they have any information, anything they want to ask or share. This one is cute of him. He has a little tiara on. Your grandmother has gone on to, like, I've been shown this as some kind of like schools that our spirits go to learn. And your grandfather, though, was chosen to stay and work with you. So he's right there with you. As far as him wanting you to know anything, hang on. You are too hard on yourself. You don't give yourself enough credit. You need to trust yourself. Stop listening to others. You're influenced too easily by others. He's saying, especially men, start making your own decisions and own those decisions, good and bad. He's right there if you need him. Very sweet. Okay.
All right. There's your first one.
Hello. Should I walk away from my toxic family for good? Well, without being... I think anyone's going to say yes. But let's see. Deborah. Let me see what your toxic family is. You know what? I need to start bringing my glasses so I can see these pictures. I'm just in denial that I need them. Deborah, this, so this family that you are a part of does not, it almost feels like you aren't a part of this family. Like you feel so separated from them already. I don't know if you were maybe the black sheep, but there was just this always huge disconnect where it's almost like, yeah, you gave birth to me, but that's about it. Like that's the only connection I feel to you guys. The attempts were made to try to mend, to do it, get along, to understand. There is nothing more for you to try to understand. See it for face value. See it for what it is. Stop being in denial of who they are. It sounds like you've come clean with that, where you're like, okay, I'm not in denial. But it's important that you do not put expectations on them that they can't meet. These people are showing you who they are. They're not going to change. It's always going to be that. You don't owe them anything. They gave birth to you, they raised you, and you were always grateful for that. Because of them, they brought you in. There's karma there, obviously, or you wouldn't have came through them. And so when you say walk away for good, I want to say this: make sure that yes, walk away, but make sure that you continue to clear the karma with them. As soon as you're at a place of neutral, where you're no longer surprised by them, they no longer set you off. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense. That's who they are. As soon as you get to that point, the karma's clear. That's how you'll know. I truly need to know if my court hearing on Wednesday will go in my favor. I will do my best. Let's see, Jessica Blackwood. It's feeling more so. I mean, I really don't like black and white questions like and nothing against you, Jessica, just because it puts a lot of pressure on me, and I don't want to give you false hope. And I also don't want to let you down if all of a, like there's so many factors at play here. So what I'm going to tell you is this: the cards I'm pulling are all positive. The cards that I'm pulling are showing you happy with what's been done. So take that, and hopefully that matches up. The cards never lie. So worst case scenario is, it sounds like you make sure you're open to what in your favor means, and make sure you're open to that looking maybe different than you thought it would look. Just be open. But ultimately, these are positive cards. My wife asked me next to me. Morning, August. I just want to make sure my look. Oh man, John, I am so sorry. I would love her name, but I'm going to see if I can connect without it. I can tell you this while I'm shuffling the cards, John, is that Spirit welcomes everybody with love. The experience that we have when we pass over is filled with love. And so, but hang on. Understanding that it was her time to go, not that she wanted to go. And I say that because there's some people who are ready to go. And it's not that she was fighting it, but she was happy with you. She's in a area, like she's in like a holding area where there's just this room that's just basically filled with like love and healing and support. In the human world, we would see it as like a therapist's office or being surrounded by loved ones. And she is surrounded by her teachers and her guides, others that have passed, other animals that have passed. And they're just healing right now. She's just going through a stage of healing. And she's going to then come out of that and start connecting with you. So you should start feeling and seeing her presence over the next few months. That's going to be a big part of your healing and a big part of your shift and change, that understanding when someone dies like that in our life, it's because we're being asked to die, to be reborn, to rebirth. You go through experience like that so that you have the opportunity to rebirth in body yourself, and you are going to experience that. But thank you for asking that question, because I've never experienced someone in this space before, and it's such a powerful, beautiful space that she's in. The support and the love and the healing that's taking place is something I've never seen before. So thank you, and I wish you all the luck, John. I have no doubt that this is going to make you a happier, more compassionate individual. Stephanie Hamilton. Gosh, I do not recognize that name. So does your grandmother Frances Hamilton have a message for you? It's interesting. I'm not getting your emails, so I'm wondering if that message is being delayed for some reason. Stephanie, you can, Rick, if you want to just write her name down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any emails from her. I'm thinking there's a reason maybe that this message either A isn't supposed to come through me or the time isn't right yet, but make sure that we get her info so that I can reach out to her, because I'll need a picture. Charlotte, will my son be okay after being accused of something he didn't do? So for those of you guys that are waiting for your reading, if you can make sure to include the names, at least the first name of whoever you're asking about, that helps. Let me see, Charlotte, what I can get for you. Your son's going to be okay, but there's going to be a depression that comes over him. And it'll be really important that he's guided as best as possible to manage that depression so that he expresses his anger, because the depression is just repressed anger, that he talks about it, that he's because they're saying that if we're not careful, he's going to go into this kind of spiral and he's not going to talk and he's not going to share, and it's just going to sit in him, and he has a habit of doing that already. So it's going to be really important that you make sure that he's expressing himself, sharing this information, with a therapist or whomever, so that he can release it and find some sense of peace with it and move through it. Leah Jade Elson Smith, will I get a job in what I'm qualified to do, but please specify? Well, I can't specify without your photo. So if you want to email me, I can try to get more specific next week for you. Making a big purchase this week. Kaylee, I'm sorry, I laughed just because I don't know, your question made me laugh. That's why. I'm thinking about making a big purchase this week. Is it the right time? Let's see. I'm hearing that it needs to be done. Is it the ideal time? No, but it should be done. Will I ever have babies with the love of my life, Justin, and when? Sarah Peterson. Let me see, Sarah. Hold on. I'm going to grab a different deck. Yes, you will have babies. I cannot confirm if you will have them in the traditional sense, meaning that you'll give birth. I'm not saying that you won't give birth. I'm saying that I'm being told you will have babies, but I'm not being shown what that ultimately will look like. It's going to be really important that you are, like they're saying that there's the body needing to be strong enough to manage and hold and handle the seed. they're saying more fiber in particular. Actually, they're getting kind of specific. Your body needs to be able to manage this. So making sure the body is at its healthiest, they're saying, is going to be imperative. Okay. Are you saying, Melissa, are you asking if you're going to meet someone? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure what you're asking. Or are you asking about an existing relationship? Maybe send another one, be more specific. I'm not really sure what you mean. Will my husband and I financial situation improve? Oh, Autumn. Hi. That's my Autumn, I think, right? Doesn't mean the email. I remember that question. Hold on, let me pull up her pictures. And I remember the question. There you guys are. Okay, yeah, that's you. Okay, so will your financial situation improve? Yes, but it's not going to happen as fast as you want. And I feel like one of you, I'm leaning towards him, needs some help in that area. He needs some guidance on how to manage money, how to seek out good deals. And I kind of mean that, I do mean that on a large scale, whether it's in business or even a smaller scale. But you two, what's interesting is the reason why there's this money issue is because it's forcing you two to see each other a little bit more clearly for who you are, to be more tolerant of it and accepting of each other, and to figure out how together you're going to work through this, because they're saying that you two together, as far as like working this out together, is where the power lies, because one of you is the weaker link. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm feeling like it's him, just needs help, needs support, needs guidance, teaching, training, and not for you to overwhelm him and take over. And honestly, they're saying it may be more beneficial if he seeks out help from somewhere else or someone else and kind of learns. He has so much potential. He's just got to, he needs some work in that area. But it is going to improve. It's 2 years. 3 years is where I'm feeling like this stability. But you'll be fine until then. It's not gonna break you. Okay. Am I supposed to remain separated from my son's father and remain in New Hampshire? I am sometimes do not trust completely that he has true intentions for the best for me and my son and my family. Amanda, am I supposed to remain separated from my son's father and remain in New Hampshire? Let's see. Amanda, am I supposed to remain separated from my son's father? Yes, for now. They're saying yes. I understand you don't trust him. He may not have best intentions for you, but he does take more into consideration with his son. It's more the issue with you, so you don't have to really worry about, he's not going to purposely put your son in any danger. It's more just you two have a lot to work out. But for now, that separation will be good for both of you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it from a different perspective and find a way to come together. Not necessarily forever, just as friends. Susan, I've been dealing with miscarriages and now I'm being, no wonder there was so much, there was pregnancy in my, in that pick-a card. There was a lot of pregnancy in there. Susan, you're not ready for IVF. You need to take a year off. You need to get yourself into therapy. There's an issue I'm feeling maybe with the father or grandfather or some maternal or paternal figure. Take a year off from trying to have babies. Let your body heal. Your body just needs to heal. And there's some emotional trauma that's causing this blockage. If you just take a year and physically heal the body, hot stones around the pelvis, around the abdomen, a lot of healing work, A lot of like gentle yoga, just like all the cheesy healing stuff you can imagine out there to do on top of the therapy, this to heal the memory, and just 1 year of just letting your body be free. Just your body needs to just stop. It's overworked and tired. I don't think, no, you should start IVF. I don't know that you'll have to. I feel like you take that year and you really heal that body and you might be just fine.
All right. I think we have time for one last question.
Hi, Shannon. She emailed me. I can talk to her offline.
Gotcha. Well, then in that case, let's see. Looking here. Scrolling. This can be our last one then.
Okay. Will I get better from all my health issues? Deborah Klein. Deborah, you're in denial of something. I don't know if it's the relationship you're in or if you're at a job that's abusive, but the health issues are stemming from this sense of denial. I'm not sure what that's about. So we get better from health issues because we do something different. We physically and consciously do something different. We change our diet, we change our lifestyle, we change the way we think, we change the way we feel towards things. We find a daily meditation practice because meditation is the ultimate healing tool combined with physical healing, acupuncture, therapy, yoga, or meds, whatever that is. But in order for you to heal your health issues, you have got to stop being in denial. They're saying, I'm not sure what that is. That's for you to determine. But more importantly, know that we all have the power to heal from whatever it is we're struggling with. But we have to work with spirit to do that. And that's daily meditation. And sometimes we have to work with friends, family, therapists, doctors. But that combination will always guarantee you healing.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody, as always, for joining us for today's Unexplained Cases Medium. There's a ton more that are in the comments. And of course, we always have such a good problem in the sense is that I say it's good for us because we have so many we can't get to. I know it may be frustrating for you because you're like, I just missed it. So I had some people I was actually answering in the chat via another device were asking what the email address is. And so it's scrolling at the bottom, but definitely it's maryamlive at unexplainedcases.com. That's where if we didn't get to you today, be sure and reach out there and we will try to get you at the top of the show next week. But for everyone else and for us, be sure and come back tonight, 10 o'clock, Unexplained Cases Live. But thanks so much, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Bye.